I've been going through a lot, and I wanted to take some space to talk about the things I'm going through. I know that those of you that are watching are going to get something from this, especially if you are a successful Black woman. You may not know you're successful. You may be making the career, the money you want in the career that you have. You may have chosen to step out of the traditional career structure and launch your own business. You may have chosen to move to another country and enjoy the fruits of your labor, like I have. So these are like markers of what success looks like for us. And I know that if that's you watching, you're going to get something out of this. I got some thoughts I want to share. If we're meeting for the first time, hola, my name is Yenory and I'm a fucking vibe. I love to partner with iconic Black women leaders, and I really help them live life on their own terms, align themselves with those values, and enjoy the life they're co-creating with God. And I'm into living life joyfully. I mean, it feels good, it feels yummy. That's what I'm about. I got some thoughts I've been wanting to share, especially with you here in on the YouTube channel. I've been taking some space. I don't know if you're checking for me. And if you are checking for me, if you have been wondering where I've been with the videos, I haven't been in a space where I could create. It's interesting saying that because I feel like I'm creating all day long. What I mean though is that I just haven't been really feeling it. Like I've felt that it was really important for me to be still. Oftentimes when we are being called into the love that is stillness, into the pantheon of stillness, we don't choose to go. We don't choose to like quiet ourselves and just be quiet and be still. It's uncomfortable. If you are a high achiever like me, if you like to get things done, if you like to do everything at the same time all the time, then you know what I'm talking about. It can be very challenging to be in stillness. It feels like a waste of time. And I've been feeling called to that stillness. And it's been helping me release that belief that it's a waste of time, release that borrowed belief that this is not love or compassion or grace. You may hear the rain in the background because it is pouring right now in Honduras, which I'm going to talk about today too. What has it been like for me to live in Honduras for the past 7 months? I've been called to stillness, and it's been an experience unlike anything I could have imagined. It has allowed me to see things very clearly. One of the reasons why I love doing YouTube is because I don't feel like I have to perform. And I feel like a part of me felt that way on Facebook, where I felt like I had to perform, I had to put on the show so that the ideal clients will come and I can call them in and I could say the right things. And when you've been in business for over 10 years, you realize that all of that are just borrowed beliefs, borrowed projections from people around what it means to get people to do sales. Like there is no formula like that. There's nothing you can say. Is you be yourself, and energetically, the people that are matched to you will come, and those that are not will not. And it's been interesting living like this. It's been interesting adjusting to this way of operating because it's different than what I was taught. So I got some notes here. What have I been going through? And how am I staying grounded? Adjusting to living in my home country. So I'm from Honduras originally. I moved to Honduras back after 27 years of being gone with my family, July 2024. And this was a great move for us. Honestly, I feel like in the spirit of stillness I've had from recording videos, I've seen more and more how this was the great move for my family and I, because Honduras has really lit me up. My clients be talking about I'm aging backwards because they see my skin looking so good. And I generally feel like things are shifting for me in a really beautiful way. And this has come with its challenges. I'm getting emotional thinking through some of this, feeling through some of these challenges I felt because not everybody's going with you into your next season. And that can be a hard pill to swallow when the people that are not coming with you are the people that you always envision being there along your side. So part of what this season has been like for me in stillness is to be willing to see what it's like to go through things like letting go of people that we love and to not do it with like anger, to do it with that compassion and grace. I mean, moving through that. And I also have been moving with discovering what type of parent I am. Um, I feel like I had all of this ideas of what kind of parent I will be. I feel like I was the perfect mom until I had a kid. And now that I'm a parent, I'm seeing that I'm the type of parent that if I'm tired by the end of the day and I don't feel like cooking dinner, I will be like, can we order pizza? That's the type of parent I am. And I didn't realize that I was gonna be that type of parent because I thought I was gonna be the vegetables parent and like let me cook a home meal for you every night parent. And I'm realizing that it's been kind of exhausting. In my energy allocation, it's not the way I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought I was gonna have way more energy for some of the parent like things than I actually happened. So discovering what type of parent I am has been a eye opening experience for me because I ain't the type of parent I thought I was, and that's been like that's been a wild thing to learn about myself. So there's that. Um, there's also meeting myself where I'm at. Like I've been spending a lot of my energy towards meeting myself where I am. And let me tell you something, I be wanting to be 100,000 steps ahead of wherever I am at every moment. I notice that I'm always looking to be 20, 30, 40 steps ahead. And I'm not in the present at a level that I could be because I'm so caught up with wanting to be in the next step. And I feel like those of us that are Black women and love to excel, those of us that people call high achievers, because we like to get things done and we have that energy, we experience this a lot where we rarely want to be where we are. And that can be really difficult to navigate because you're not in the present moment. You're not enjoying your life because you want to be somewhere else. And just seeing the extent to which that goes and how deep I've been experiencing it has been so eye opening for me because I feel like a part of me thought I was better at navigating it than I am. So it's been really humbling to see exactly where I am. And meeting myself where I am is one of the things that challenges me the most, I feel like, because there's this perfectionism, right? And when you grow up feeling like you got to be perfect to be loved and to be accepted, it can be very hard to step out of that energy as an adult. And that's the conditioning I grew up with, that I felt like in order to be loved, I had to be perfect. So I bring that energy of perfectionism into everything I create. And that often leads to this type of energy where I'm not being authentic. I'm performing because I want to be perfect so I can be loved and accepted. And that's some of the things that I'm currently releasing as an adult right now. Those are some of the beliefs that I'm letting go of. And these beliefs are freaking strong. They have such a hold on us, and we don't even realize it because we think that we are better at it than we realize. We're not willing to see how we really are showing up to these things because it's uncomfortable to see yourself where you are. And I've been navigating that. I've been seeing how willing I am to experience financial freedom. There's this idea that I used to have that financial freedom meant having a certain amount of money. Like I associated so much of my sense of self worth with money growing up that it directly impacts my business. It directly impacts my mindset. It directly impacts the way I show up. It's something I'm constantly looking at as a woman as a business owner and as someone that just cares about themselves. Like that's a pattern of behavior I'm always looking at, right? So I noticed that there's this beliefs I've adopted around money and that people that have power have money. If you got power, you gotta have money. If you don't got money, you don't got power. Beliefs around people that have money can get things done or get treated better. That was a belief that I have discovered about me and money. So I was really focus on having money so that I can have this power and I can have this prestige and I can have all these things that people say that we are quote unquote supposed to have. And I was willing to use money to get it. Like, all right, well, if I just get my money up, I'm gonna be good. And what I've learned over the last, I don't know, 10, 12, to 15 years is that that's not what financial freedom is. It's not a number. Like financial freedom is a decision that you're going to be free of the attachment to thinking that money is your God and your master. And you're going to look at money with a honest, loving perspective. And you're going to be aware that it is a tool that you can utilize to have an amazing human experience. That is financial freedom. It's not the this is the number that I got in my bank account. It's not the $10 million or $25 million or whatever number it is for you. It's the knowing that money flows. It's the knowing the money is free. The money loves purpose. The money loves to be with us as much as we want to be with it. Like the money is an energy. And if we are moving that energy with peace, it's always going to flow to us. And it's not, the safety is not in a number outside of ourselves. The safety is in knowing the money emerges from us. We are money. Our value yields money, and email looks in different ways. So that's something that I've been seeing about myself, and being willing to let go of this belief that, money gotta be the end or be all, and I gotta have it. If I don't have it, I ain't good enough. If I don't have it, I'm not worthy. If I don't have it, I'm not this, or I'm not that. Like, I'm shedding that right now as well. And it's part of seeing myself where I am clearly. It's part of being willing to notice the beliefs that I've adopted through my life and how they are impacting me right now. I'm also learning to meet myself where I am with honoring my inner voice. I've been so intentional about trusting myself and trusting my intuition and showing up with that trust in my life, especially in the last 15 years. I've been focused on this. And I'm always amazed by how much growth I've experienced and how much further I can also go because of how I navigate this and what I get to see about myself. Y'all, this in my ant on my screen. So learning to honor that voice, learning to be okay with it, learning to be at peace with it is something that I'm also currently um, acknowledging and holding space for. Okay, so how am I staying grounded? Yeah, so here are the things that are helping me stay grounded through all of these things I just shared with you, because when you are adjusting to living in a new country like I am, which is really my home country, and it is a new country. I haven't lived in Honduras consistently in 27 years. And when you are learning what type of parent you are, and maybe you're showing up in a way that's different than you thought you were going to show up, and that's going to have its own impact. And you're meeting yourself where you are and learning these things about you and seeing these patterns of behaviors, like it's important that you are able to stay grounded. These are the things that can send us into depressive episodes. These are the things that can lead us into panic attacks. Like these, if we're not able to stay grounded when we're experiencing these parts of our lives, we're not going to enjoy the human experience. We're going to actually have a very difficult time with our experience, and we're going to hate it. And I know that because that's been my experience. Like I've had quote unquote everything and hated my reality because I was experiencing the things I just shared with you, and I wasn't adjusting well. I wasn't adjusting well to the change. I wasn't adjusting well to the challenges and the shifts, and that didn't serve me at all. I was depressed for 8 months after my uncle was killed here in Honduras because I didn't have those tools. So here's what's been really helping me, hands down, tapping into my creativity. I'm on this creative bag right now. Like where is it? I've been I've been really focused on tapping into my creative bag, tapping into parts of me that were dormant because I was so focused being whatever I thought I had to be in the moment. So, one thing I've been doing is working with one on one clients. After I had an experience with a client doing a $20,000 chargeback on my business, it took me some space to recover from that because that was very loaded as an experience. So, during that time, I've been taking a step back to see what type of clients I want to work with and why. It's been really helpful anchoring me. So I've given myself space to work with like a client on a one-on-one capacity, and I love this person. We've been working on and off since 2020. So about 5 years now, and it's been a lot of fun to work with her, and I'm getting the opportunity to tap into all these different gifts I have. Not only do I mentor her, we talk strategy, we talk specifics like integrating her joy into her brand, making sure that her brand speaks to this joyful desires that she has. And I've been getting a chance to design because I love designing, so I actually did a whole rebrand for her website. Like these are the things I'm giving myself room to do because it feels good and it feels fun, and I don't have to be confined to a specific type of thing. I have a myriad of talents, and I'm getting to use them all in this really cool way, and I'm just grateful that I get to do that. Another way that I've been tapping into my creativity is I am creating this assessment. It's called the Sustainable Self-Care Scorecard. And it is designed for successful Black women that are looking to embrace a deeper level of joy in their lives, a level of calm, a level of ease, and they want to have fun with it. And this is the way that I've learned that it works best. I have been in the self care space for 15 years. I have ran multiple marathons. I have ran dozens of half marathons. I've been meal prep expert on TV talking about meal prepping. I've been a pole dance instructor. Like, I have gone through a number of modalities when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And I know what it takes to go from never running a day in your life to running a marathon. I know that journey. I know what it takes from being at 193 pounds to being at 160 pounds or 50 pounds within less than a year. Like, I know what it takes to have those transformations with the body. I also know what it takes to change our mindset. I also know what it takes to shift into listening to our spirit. That's the experience I've been on. So I feel like this gap for us to assess ourselves with our self-care and to be able to see, like, oh, this is what I got going on. Okay, now that I know what I got going on, wouldn't it be dope if there was a tool that could help me determine what is the next best place for me to focus my energy? And wouldn't it be even more dope if this tool can tell me the way to do that? I wish I would have had that when I started my experience with self care, because I didn't know. There were so many things I didn't know, and that's what this quiz is. This assessment is that type of tool that is designed for that, and it's been a lot of fun creating it because I love creation. I love creating with God. It's a lot of fun for me to design things and create assets around it. So I'm really excited about y'all seeing this quiz when it's ready to go out. Hold on, y'all. My mouth is thirsty. She's dry. That was good. Yeah, I'm excited for you all to see it and to experience it because I feel like it's going to be very, very impactful for you. Another way that I'm stepping into my creativity is by I wrote down is stepping into my school mom era. So I became PTA president, y'all. I done went and decided to be PTA president for my kids' school, and it's part of me choosing to get out of my house. It's part of me choosing to utilize my skills in a way that it's not work related. It's a part of me allowing myself to do other things and to see, like, hey, I have this gifts of leadership. I've led teams, I've led organizations, I lead my business, I help my clients lead themselves. Like, they could use my talents. Let me bring my talents over here. And it's been interesting because I feel like I be having more questions than answers. And I'm noticing how move different Honduras moves from like living in the States. Like, it just is a different pace. It's a much more chill pace. So things that I will feel like we could have a different level of urgency around, culturally speaking, they not about that. They ain't trying to do that. So that is a thing. And I'm curious on how this goes. I actually got to ask the principal to put together a WhatsApp group for me and the other parents that are part of the PTA, so that we can start to have our meetings and talk and get our bylaws and all of that going. So, I am excited about it. And I'm also realizing that this is going to take a level of effort. So I am allowing myself to be at peace with whatever that level of effort is. Living in Honduras has really been a blessing, y'all. It's been a blessing. I feel like I have space. I feel like I have breathing room. I feel like I can say I'm gonna stop making videos for a period of time and check in with myself and make sure that I'm aligned, and I get emotional about it because it's been such a long time that I feel like I've had this space to do this. I feel like the level of peace I have today is unlike anything I've ever had before in my entire 37 years on this earth. And it is the result of bringing myself into alignment. I wrote down here, bring business in alignment too. Like, there's something powerful that happens when you choose yourself when it feels hard, when you choose to align yourself when it feels uncomfortable. Like, part of this process I'm doing here with the YouTube channel is allowing myself to be where I am, no matter what it looks like. And sometimes it looks very tidy. I'm posting every week and we are doing the thing. And sometimes I'm taking space because it doesn't feel aligned and I am assessing and then coming back. And I've been really flexible with myself as in this process as a creator because I tend to be really hard on myself. I tend to be very, very, very like tough on me. My standards for myself are very high, almost unattainable high. And I'm learning to see that and shift those standards and to be at peace with myself. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I'm choosing to not move the goalpost on myself. And that's one of the things I want to share with you today is like, please stop moving the goalpost on yourself. When you're used to success and when you basically achieving is like a high for you, and like, all right, let me see if I could do this. Let me show them, whoever them is, or let me show myself that I could do this. This yearning, this thirst to prove ourselves, this desire to always want to get it right the first time, this addiction to feeling like failure is not an option. These are all things I used to believe and I used to advocate for and I used to be a champion of. Excuse me. And now I see all the ways in which that doesn't serve me. I see I see all the ways in which pretending that things don't impact me doesn't serve me. I see all the ways in which constantly having to prove myself doesn't serve me. I see all the ways in which moving the goalposts on myself doesn't serve me. I see other ways in which I can be kinder to myself by not setting unrealistic standards on myself and being compassionate and graceful whenever I do not meet those standards, if I am going to set them. And this energy of perfectionism can be so strong for us, for women that are like me, and for people that have come from an environment where they feel like perfection is the only possible measure of success. Because if you're not perfect, then that means that bad things can happen and you can be punished for those things. If you're not perfect, that means that you cannot take care of the people that want you to take care of them. If you're not perfect, it means that you're not abiding by the rules, the rules of the programming that you have been raised with. And I know this firsthand. And there's something beautiful that happens when you begin to question these things and you begin to hold space for yourself as you are experiencing these things, because sometimes life is hard. Sometimes life feels really hard. People you love will not be in your life in the capacity that you thought they were always going to be. People you care about are going to choose themselves, and that's going to mean not including you in their lives anymore. And sometimes that's going to feel really hard because you don't like that. And it's important that in those moments, you are able to anchor yourself in your truth, in your voice. You're able to trust your intuition, because the intuition is your internal compass and it can help you stay calm in those moments, because it's going to be very tempting not to stay calm. And honestly, that is the number one reason why I developed the self trust system. Because when I look at what has changed my life the most, is my ability to stay calm, my ability to trust myself when things feel difficult. And this past few years, for me specifically, things have felt extremely difficult. I felt like I made some declarations about the type of person I desired to be. And God was like, okay, bet. And things began to change. People began to leave my life. People began to show up differently. People began to act in ways that I was afraid they would act. All of this happened because I said I was going to honor who I was. And we see that happen in our lives and we feel discouraged. We feel discouraged because we think, well, it's not working. If I pick myself, then all these bad things happen. And what we don't see is that it is working. It is because it's working that those things are happening, and you can give yourself that room to experience and learn from it. Trusting yourself is about learning about yourself and learning how you show up to spaces, and then learning how you can do it in a way that feels good to you. And when you are used to operating in a world where you got to be perfect to be accepted, where you think the perfection is the only way for love, you don't give yourself that room to be who you really desire to be. You don't say what you want to say. You don't express what you want to express. You don't get dressed the way you want to get dressed because you just have this fear of being judged, this fear of being treated differently. I know that freaking fear. I feel it all the time. And the only way that I'm able to identify those things is because I'm present to see it. It doesn't mean that it's not gonna be there. It means that you'll get better at navigating these things the more you trust yourself. And I feel like it's important that we do projects like YouTube, even if they never make us money, because we allow ourselves to say something about us in a world that can judge us. And we know that that's going to happen. And we can choose to be okay with it. The way that having this channel has really poured into me, even though I thought it was going to pour into me in a different financial way, is actually amazing. I'm actually grateful that I have not, quote unquote, made money from my YouTube channel, because it has allowed it to be really something I create from love, from joy. And when you're used to monetizing everything, to attaching everything to a monetization strategy, this is the type of projects that can help us really liberate ourselves from the attachment to thinking that money is the only way to have joy or to have power. We can begin to see that no, I'm the vessel. I can have joy. I can look at my life and feel really good about it. I can look at my reality and be excited about who I'm being. And that's where I've been. That's why I've taken some space from the channel. I also have been realizing that I do desire to spend time working with women in a one-on-one capacity. So I've opened my calendar for people, for women that are interested. They can book a self-trust self-care audit with me, and we take a look at your self-care. We see what's going on and we assess it, and I can share with you the best way for you to move forward based on what you want to do. And if we are in a good fit, we can explore other options for us, right? And there's going to be a link in the description box for that, for you to apply for a call with me, and we can see if we are in alignment for that or not. Actually, I think I'm just going to put the link to buy. So if you want it, you can have it. And then we see next steps. I'm allowing myself to be really imperfect with this. I'm allowing myself to be pretty imperfect with how I'm moving, and I'm being okay with what that looks like. I'm being at peace with it. I'm allowing myself to not get caught up on what people may think or not think about it. And I'm honoring that there's a part of me that cares. I've learned to care. It's normal that I care. And I feel really at peace. As far as what I see occurring for this channel moving forward, because I do have visions for this channel, I have things I desire for this channel. And right now, I'm ensuring that those desires I have for this channel are coming from a position of overflow and not scarcity or lack, which for a while they were. I feel like the biggest thing I desire for this channel is for us to find each other. I know that if I align myself and create the type of videos and share the type of stories and help you expand yourself in a way that feels good to you as a Black woman, successful leader, then you and I are going to find each other. You're going to find me, I'm going to find you. And then we can really build community. I'm not interested in building audiences, I'm interested in building community. And that's a two-way conversation. And I'm learning what that means. I'm learning how to talk to my people. I'm learning how to make sure that they know I'm talking to them. So if you're a successful Black woman leader, raise your hand in the comments, because I'm talking to you. You are the person this video is for. And I'm learning to honor myself in order to be able to connect with those type of women. In that part, I feel like it's the hardest, because we have just been taught to put ourselves to the side. We have been taught that we are not good enough. We have been taught that we gotta wait. We have been taught that we're not worthy, and all these different things we've learned, right? And it can feel really challenging to step out of that conditioning. So with the channel right now, I'm learning what that looks like for me, how to operate in it. I'm learning how to hone in my message. I'm learning how to speak to the person. I'm learning how to do things that I feel like I've been avoiding doing since I got in the content creation space, because it's uncomfortable to choose. It's uncomfortable to speak just to one person. Like, these things are challenging, and I'm learning to do those things right now, real time. So that's my intention, is that the people that this is for will find it, and together we'll build this bond where we can be honest with each other about where we are and what's impacting us and why we're not choosing to be who we desire to be. And I pray that in that process, the desire to align with me further would raise their hands and will be willing to have conversations with me about it to see if we're a good fit. And that those that are not there yet will take away something powerful from any video they watch of me. With this quiz being created, I am excited about sharing it, and really do hope that when you drop it, you check it out. The sustainable self-care scorecard is really a powerful tool that I'm putting together, and I feel really good about it. The aesthetics are giving, and I'm gonna drop some of the results, the actual results today. Maybe I'll share, give you a sneak peek behind the scenes of it, because I feel that this is going to be a really powerful tool for us that we can share with other powerful Black women too, so that they can enter the group chat. Um, I feel that that's what I had for us today. Yeah. Look, if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. I am grateful for you and for your decision to share your energetic space with me. I If this is the first video that you watch of me, welcome to the family. Thank you for joining us. And if this is not your first video, thank you for continuing to support and to watch this. I'm grateful that you're watching it, because that means you're getting value out of it. And that's what I desire for you to experience. And if you have questions about anything, drop them in the comments below. And do whatever brings you joy. If that's subscribing, then do that. If that is sharing it with a friend, then do that. If that is nothing, then do that. Thank you for joining me today. Have an amazing rest of your day. And somewhere on the screen, there might be some video that is going to support you into being the most authentic and joyful version of you. Make sure you click it to check it out. And if not, I will see you in the next one. Hasta luego, mis amores.